Hello friends, I am Welshie and welcome to Theory Pop. Cartoon Network has finally released the first full trailer for the highly anticipated new animated show, Infinity Train. I'm pretty hyped for this series, and I'm going to share with you a few of the reasons why I'm so excited to see Infinity Train. Infinity Train is the creation of Owen Dennis, a former writer and storyboard artist for Regular Show, which, though I didn't watch it religiously, I did enjoy whenever I managed to catch an episode. Way back in November of 2016, Cartoon Network released an 8-minute pilot episode for Infinity Train. After positive fan feedback and a petition to get the series greenlit reached over 57,000 signatures, Cartoon Network put the show into production. I loved the pilot episode and the mystery it presented, and now that we have this new trailer that was released in June, I'm in full-on hype mode for Infinity Train. Why? Let me explain. First, the voice cast is amazing. Tulip is voiced by the one and only Ashley Johnson. You may know her as Gretchen Grundler from Disney's Recess, Terra from Teen Titans, Ellie in The Last of Us, or even as the gnome cleric Pike in Critical Role. From what we've seen of Tulip so far, Johnson injects a youthful exuberance into her character, excitement and curiosity at a new adventure, gradually giving way to concerned fear as the trailer continues. Meanwhile, Atticus, the King of Corginia, is played by Ernie Hudson, who is probably best known for his role as Winston in the Ghostbusters movies. Hudson's voice lends a certain gravitas to Atticus, and I feel like it fits the King of the Corgis perfectly.
I am Atticus. I request to accompany you on your journey.
The main cast is rounded out by the robots that make up 1-1. Glad One, the happy and optimistic part of 1-1, is played by Jeremy Crutchley, whose performance that we've seen so far kind of reminds me of Wheatley from Portal 2. Which is fine and dandy, honestly. Meanwhile, Sad One, the pessimistic half of 1-1, is voiced by series creator Owen Dennis, and I got some really strong Marvin the Paranoid Android vibes here. Any other Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy fans out there? Second, the story's premise has a massive scope and huge potential. The train Tulip finds herself trapped aboard appears to consist of hundreds of carriages, each leading to a different puzzle to unravel or to a different dimension entirely. And that forms a part of the core problem for Tulip to solve, while also being a source of frustration for the analytical Wisconsinite. Some of the coaches contain logic puzzles, while others are just filled entirely with ducks. One of the carriages contains Corginia, where Tulip meets Atticus. And honestly, a talking corgi joining Tulip's journey through the train is just fab. But the journey aboard the Infinity Train is not without danger, as we see the robotic steward, also voiced by Ashley Johnson, menacingly demand that Tulip return to her seat. The best stories always have some threat or menace that the protagonists must overcome, and it looks like Infinity Train will be no exception. And third, well, this one's a little harder to really explain. There's just this vibe, this feeling from the trailer and the pilot that this show is going to be pretty special. Maybe it's the awesome 80s-esque synth that accompanies the series logo, or maybe it's the way the number on Tulip's hand is done in an Art Deco style that evokes the great age of rail travel, when trains were pulled by streamlined steam locomotives. Perhaps I just love the fact that Tulip eats onions in the same way that someone would eat an apple. Infinity Train looks poised to fill the gap left by Adventure Time ending and help tide over Steven Universe fans while we wait for the hiatus to end. There's tantalising glimpses of something great in what we've been shown so far, and there's clearly going to be plenty for theorists to seize upon and analyse when the show launches later this year. This is definitely one I'll be looking out for. But what do you folks think? Are you excited for Infinity Train? What dimensional coach would you love or even hate to get stuck on? Let me know in the comments. Check out this video on the left for more thoughts and theories, and subscribe to stay up to date with the latest videos, and I'll see you next time.